Is Usopp actually being a Giga Chad? Because we're on... Oh, never mind. Chapter 1128. It was called RPG. I don't know why. I assume it's supposed to be role-playing game, which does sort of indicate that, you know, all of this is just an illusion, a game, a role-playing game. I love this cover art. I saw people talking about this earlier in the week. I suppose it came from the leaks. They're like flying the brooms. That's real cool. I like it. You know what's the funniest part? If you look at the background, Zoro is just sitting on the dragon and the broom is just over his shoulder. That's a creative way of getting lost, I guess. Also, Robin low-key doesn't look like Robin for some reason. I don't know if it's the glasses, because we don't see her much with the glasses anymore. Robin low-key doesn't look like Robin. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Jinbei is just chilling. Jinbei is vibing. That's really cool. Alright, let's keep going. Let's see what this... Oh, wait, hold on. The Straw Hat's having a volcano top... Where is the volcano top barbecue part? Because I am just seeing the Straw Hats as magicians flying through the sky with black cats. Where is the barbecue part? Anyway, the Hogwarts piece is real. It is. It is. Proper bike with multiple engines and Nami driving it. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, Frankie's thing is literally like... Look at the amount of, like, broomsticks at the bottom, I guess. Or not broomsticks, but, like, the broom actual heads. Incredible. Alright, let's keep going. This can't be a tree... Oh my god. Is that really the first line we have to open on? This can't be a dream, there wouldn't be any men in it. What kind of dreams are you having? Where are their cats? I've got no idea, and that's what I mean. I think... this might have been another intrusive thoughts moment for Oda. I think so. Because, like, I think, like, he's saying, you know, they're having a volcano-top barbecue with a dragon, and they're supposed to be, like, cats, but they're magicians. Oda was just like, you know what? Nah, they're just gonna fly with the dragon. That's about it. That's about it. I've got no idea where the cats are. Oh yeah, and I didn't really mention this last time. I think we talked about it briefly, but I am pretty much convinced that this is supposed to be Yggdrasil atop Yggdrasil, right? So it's not the actual world tree. In a lot of depictions, there's the actual world tree that is on top of the world tree. I think that's where we're at, because it doesn't really make sense with how we've seen the world tree thus far, unless all of this is just an illusion, which it might well be, right? Because the RPG part. Let's see. Let's see. Time to jump. Look out, it crumbled again. I woke up on the other side of that town and walked toward the noise, toward all the noise to find him finishing off this huge rabbit. You could have beaten that cat lion, Usopp. It woke me up by eating me. I was freaking out. So Luffy still has the axe. And Sanji still has a sword. Okay. The weapons thing is what I'm going to keep an eye on. Zoro having directional awareness? No, he doesn't have directional awareness because he just listened to the noise. This is consistent, I think. This is not a goof. I don't think this is trickery. I think this is just Zoro being like, what's that noise? And I think he can follow the noise. I think if you told him the noise is coming from the left, then he would get lost. But I think if he's just going to the noise, I think he's gonna be fine. I think so anyway. So here's what I think. In my view, these are Elbaf warrior clothes that we've been dressed in. But there's no way that Elbaf, the land of giants, would have clothes our size. So, are you saying this is Elbaf, but we've been turned into giants? I mean, this can't be a real tree. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think all of this is a game. Yeah, I think the RPG thing, I think all of them are like in either Loki's game or something like that. Because I didn't realize that even the tree and stuff is made out of the Lego bricks. He walks in the direction of that noise, still get lost. Has he actually walked away from an explosion? I don't remember that. If that's true, then fair enough. But I don't remember that. Is there any stance of Luffy saying this to Usopp, chiming him for being afraid because he could defeat an enemy easily? I'm not entirely sure. I think like I do think we are now being like hypercritical of everything, and some of these things might just be throwaway lines, you know? I don't know if it's totally in character for Luffy saying that, but at the same time, I could also see Luffy saying that. Well, like, you could have beaten him, Usopp. Not like in a you should have, but I don't know. He does seem like more serious than I would expect him to be, but I don't know. We're being hypercritical of everything now. I'm not sure. We can talk about this after. I think there were people in the town. We gotta ask around to get to the bottom of this. Look how huge it is. We'll never reach the sea at this rate. You're right. Let's go into the town. If others from the crew are here, it's probably not all of them. So Luffy has the scar. He still has the axe. He has the helmet. He has the scar on his eye. So Luffy seems to be Luffy. There doesn't seem to be any shenanigans. Okay. If others from the crew are here, it's probably not all of them. Still no Straw Hat? No, there is a Straw Hat. There is a Straw Hat on Luffy's back. In this, like when you zoom out, there is a circle on his back, which I presume is the Straw Hat. I think he does have a Straw Hat. So I think that's good. If others from the crew are here, it's probably not all of them. How can you tell? Robin's not turning up on the me radar. I think you know what this calls for? This calls for this. Where's the axe? I think the axe is just underneath the Straw Hat, right? Because it is right there. The axe is there too. Let's go and ask for help. Adventure! Why are you so excited about this? Have you not noticed how freaky this place is? So it does still seem like Luffy. It does. We're out in the wide open and there isn't even any breeze. This is very weird because I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Huh? Wait, hold on. Let's scroll past. Something's coming. Huh? What? What? Wow. Easy, easy. That's so cool. It's a grasshopper. You guys knew around here? Who the hell is that? Who are you, man? Where are we? You seen our crew? That's a lot of questions. Sorry, I'm in a hurry. No time to sit around and talk. But I can tell you this. All of this vast land you see belongs to the sun god. God? I serve the ruler of Big Stain Castle, Master Iskat? Iskat? There's a person at the castle? No, it's a cat. Sorry, actually you might call this the land of gods. Yeah, we talked about the bug thing last time, right? So last time he wasn't afraid of bugs, right? Which was very sus, supposedly, because I'd forgotten about that. I know that Luffy loves bugs, but I didn't know that Sanji is afraid of bugs. Anyway, let's keep going. This whole land of gods thing, I don't know if it's supposed to be a Skypiea callback or what, because I do think like where we're at, this is low-key a tie-in with Skypiea. If we are where I think we are, which is like at the top of the world tree. He's deathly afraid of bugs. You should go back and read Jaya. I don't remember. I don't. The thing I remember in Jaya is that Luffy ran to get like the frickin' the beetle. That's what I remember. That's the only part I remember. And I remember that there was a theory about how like Luffy's dream or whatever is to get like the coolest beetles or whatever. I should be leaving now. I'm sure the needle god, Hedgehog, is looking for its food. I'm running a bit late to feed it because the ear god, a giant rabbit, was found burned to the death near the town. If you're hungry, you should go into town to get your fodder. What is he even saying? If you're hungry, you should go into town to get your fodder. And let me warn you, you must never venture in the other direction from the castle. Huh? Why not? The sun god's temple is there, guarded by vicious soldiers. None have ever approached the temple and returned alive to speak of it. Oh no, don't say it like that. Luffy's like, huh? We're going there. We're going there. Liking beetles is a stereotypical thing for boys in Japanese tropes. Is that why in JoJo Part 8? Was it Part 8? I'm pretty sure it's Part 8. In Part 8, there's the beetle battle. Is that why? Is this an actual thing? Beetles in Japanese tropes. Japanese Beetle Brothers. Japan loves bugs and they're everywhere. Okay, so this is an actual thing I was just not aware of. Yeah, this is an actual thing. This makes so much sense now. This makes so much sense now, because there's so many beetle-related things in Japanese, like, culture and games and stuff. Like, beetle guards, beetle armor, all this stuff. Yeah, I never even thought about this. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is literally, like, everywhere. Okay. I never even considered that. Fair enough. Okay, so... is this how Luffy's gonna split off from the gang? Is he just literally running all the way over there? Okay. Hey, man, thanks for all the advice, Owen. Sorry for everything. Did she steal from him already? Wait. Vicious soldiers, Luffy acts that way because he feeds off of your energy. You should be ashamed. Huh? Rubble? I am so very confused. So Luffy runs off, okay. And they're, I presume, going to chase him. Yes. Why does Zoro look so locked in? Is he now just looking for a vicious soldier to fight? Okay. How long does this path go for? Is it just me, or does that castle look just like the other? Someone's running this way, he's wearing Elbaf clothes too. Whatever, I'll just dodge and run past him. And he just smashes into something. It's a giant mirror. What? Where did I leave off? Okay, so we ran into a mirror. Which does sort of lend even more credence to the whole that all of this is just a little toy box. I did think that it wouldn't be something as simple as a mirror, though. I thought it would be an actual, like, illusion and it's messing with their brains. That's what I thought. But I guess it's just a thing they've built. The sky splitting over by the temple, but also on the other side. The kingdom is in chaos today. This is clearly a giant site. Oh... we're not inside the Elbaf ship, right? Yeah, they had no cabins like this one. What's this netting? If there are giants on the other side, then we're nothing but pets in an enormous cage. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a terrarium or something. Because I thought all of these were actual illusions, but no, it's just a built thing. Which I guess makes sense, considering it's like actual Lego. And not just like magic shenanigans. What is that? What was that noise? Are you on my side? Please come and save me. Who is that? Oh, it's Chopper! I'm so happy to see you guys! Oh, poor Chopper, you're safe now. Wait. So, was he on the other side? So why was he there? Do you think they're on Loki's ship? It could be that Loki literally yoinked them, but I've got no idea. Because this now makes me wonder why even in this... weird terrarium thingy, there's also the tree. And why are there other people there? And what's with this god stuff? I think like the most messed up interpretation is that Loki is pulling some weird shenanigans and he is actually playing God. Which would be very messed up. That all of this is like happening in secret and he's actually constructed this little facade for himself. And he's basically playing God, which would be bad. Yeah, I know that. It's supposed to be like a tabletop RPG. That I get. But it's messed up. These are people. You know, being a DM with IRL people, you don't really want to put them in those physical situations, you know? I couldn't get the collar off because the metal was too hard and I was gonna die. Now you owe me one? So these are human-sized clothes in a giant's room. Are they supposed to be like doll's clothing? Look at these, though. Is the sun god a super delicate artisan or what? It's all blocks! Yeah, that's what the kingdom was made of when we roasted that rabbit. I just realized... oh. Did they eat plastic? Did they actually melt the blocks and eat them? No shot, right? Like, they just tried burning something with the plastic. They made a bonfire out of plastic material? That makes more sense. But they would still... it's still toxic. You shouldn't do that. I think it'd be so funny if they roasted an actual Lego piece. Luffy's just crunching on plastic. Something's not right. But food's still food, isn't it? No, I do think they ate like a proper thing. I am like, I've got literally no idea what's going on. Okay. Had to be from burning the synthetic resin burning along with it. Just look at that. The edges were mirrors that made the scenery seem to go on forever. It's see-through, but from this side, it just looks like glass. What, is this some kind of magic mirror? Why is Sanji so goddamn cringe? Why is he so goddamn cringe? So he wants to install those on the woman's cabin. Incredible. So basically, some giant with poor taste decided to build a kingdom of blocks and toss a bunch of humans and animals in it to see what happens. Yeah, it's creepy, but does that mean we're already in Elbaf, a giant's house inside of the land of giants? Okay, so I think, like, it all depends on how this is framed. Because I think this does fit with, like, how I would expect Loki to be in terms of making a weird little experiment and just literally messing around. It will depend on whether or not this is framed as villainous or mischievous. Because the fact that Luffy just broke through the glass and nothing happened, for now it more so seems like a Loki thing where he just like threw them in there just for the giggles, and it wasn't really meant to result in their death or anything, right? Loki hasn't been formally mentioned, no. Formally, Loki has not been mentioned in this arc yet. Plastic exists? I guess it does. I guess it does. Which I guess, I mean, we know there were, like, dinosaur things, right, in One Piece. Or even just full-blown dinosaurs, because the dinosaur devil fruits exist. So we should assume that oil exists, and we should assume that if oil exists, then maybe someone's already figured out plastics. Maybe. I like how Luffy's just cheering. I am, like, the more... What was with the weapons changing, then? Because if all of this was an actual physical built thing and it was not an illusion, then what was with their weapons and like everything else about them changing? Because they're not changing anymore. Is this going to be like a... Did they just escape level 1 of the simulation? And that's it? There's still more? Because there were so many of those things being weird in the previous chapter that I don't think it could have been an error. Like, there were just too many of them. Like, with the kicking with the wrong thing, saying gear 4 and using gear 3 or whatever, or it was like gear 2, gear 3. There were so many weird things in the previous chapter. There were too many of them in rapid succession for them to be mistakes in my mind. Just too many. Not even visual ones. Like with the gear 3, gear that's not really a visual thing. There were so many errors back to back to back to back to back. I just can't see it being an oversight. But now they're not changing. So at the same time, like, nothing is changing anymore. And based on, like, my read on the characters, they're not doing anything out of character anymore. So at the same time, I am almost thinking that they were just mistakes. But I still find it so hard to believe. Luffy's straw hat is there. The axe is now consistent. Luffy is being Luffy. I've got no idea. I genuinely have no idea anymore. Like, I think there is a chance that that was just, like, simulation level 1. I refuse to buy that literally everyone, based on what I saw, everyone in the One Piece community was certain that it's a clue. Because there were too many of them. And now it's no longer a thing. I don't know. In chapter 127, there was some problem that happened with Otis' crew, like they had to move something up, and one of the editors. And chapter 1127 had more errors than usual because of, maybe, but still, there were, like, some of them were basic. You could change with the gear 4, gear 3 thing. That didn't even need to be fixed, like, per se. One person needed to look over that and change the word. It's just one word. All it would have taken, right? And that's like a very, that's not even like a editor thing. That is the most basic of quality checks. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess we'll wait and see. Okay. But we don't know that for certain. All we know is that a giant did this. We need to get outside to be sure. By the way, another step back. What I was saying with the Loki thing, This generally fits the mischievous Loki, but it will still depend on how Oda portrays Loki, right? Because isn't Loki also basically the harbinger of Ragnarok itself? Loki... I'm pretty sure it is, because, like, Loki did a thing that started Ragnarok, basically. Like, Ragnarok is inevitable, right? Ragnarok is inevitable, so it's gonna happen anyway, but I think there was a thing that, like, he basically facilitates it in a way, from what I remember. Okay, so he sort of does, yeah, okay. And the hallucination line? The hallucination line, that is the biggest thing, yeah. Because it's, like, literally, like, that is a clear Chekhov's gun. Like, that is very, very obvious. It's like, why would you write in a line about a thing that makes you hallucinate, and then nothing happens? No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Okay. We need to get outside to be sure. Where's everyone else? Let's get out before the giants come back. We should go back to town and ask for info just in case. This person might be a weirdo, but we want to avoid friction with the giants if at all possible. Got that, Luffy? Wait, so is Usopp actually being a Giga Chad? Because we're on... Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. I turned the page. He is not a Giga Chad. What is going on? Down there, mice. And a raven overhead. Are these the temple soldiers? What about this place looks temple-ish to you? If you've already eaten a rabbit, then you might as well whoop these other animals. And now there's a freaking weird eldritch being walking around. Is it supposed to be like Eikthyr? What was his name? Eikthyr? Yeah, Eikthyr was the freaking like the big antlers guy. Bro, this looks cursed. This looks cursed as hell. Like, if you see one of these in a game, they're the villain. Like, ain't no good guy wearing the antlers helmet with the skull. No shot. No shot. This is gonna be like a weird, messed up cult leader. Guarantee it. One of those nobles in God Valley? I don't know. I can guarantee you he's weird. Stop playing around, you guys. Just finish it off. If the sun god comes back now... That's too much, Luffy. I wasn't the one who spread the fire from the hearth. What? My sacred temple? I do assume this is supposed to be the sun god because his like staff is like a sun, right? Look out, Luffy! The sun god's back! We gotta run! And Luffy's in gear 5 already, okay. Dawn pistol. Okay, let me refresh my memory. Is this a thing I should know? Heel moon... let me see. Because I do think there are a bunch of snakes that are important. Yes! Yes! Yes, this is the serpent thing. Yes. But this is, I don't think it's supposed to be referencing that, though. I don't. Because I think Gandr is just like a... I don't think these are supposed to be the same thing. I think Hilmoon and Yormoon are supposed to be different things. I think the Gandr part is just it being a serpent, I would assume. Etymology, let's see. Yeah, I thought so. So Gandr is just a thing that it's a elongated or supernatural entity. Yeah, so it's not the same thing. It's just a serpent, but its name is basically Hilmoon. Okay. And what are the crows' name? Did they get a name? I don't think they did. Where were they named? I don't think they got named. Oh, Mugin. What is that? It's Hugin and Munin. Pair of ravens, right? Are these the ones? Yes. Yeah. These are the ones that were like with Odin, right? I'm just like I'm thinking back, like which of the ravens were supposed to be like deceptive and which of them were actually like the messengers. Because I'm pretty sure there's also the story of the ravens that were like deliberately carrying like misinformation. But that might have was that ravens or was that like squirrels? It might have been squirrels. I don't remember. What if all Norse mythology is going to be a part of the RPG? I'm pretty sure they are, yeah. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Hugin and Munin, yes. However they're pronounced. Okay, let's read through this, then we can start talking about this. Oh, I just realized. I just realized that it's a giant. Once again. the scale of things in One Piece completely messes me up. I didn't even notice the fact that the freaking, like, the weird antler dude is a giant. I didn't even notice that. Okay. It's saying I'll get you for this. Oh, yeah, right. Chopper understands them, right. Duly noted. Anyway, look at this. I didn't find anything worth money, but... Okay, so she did rob him. I thought so. I thought so. Are those the plans to block Kingdom? How dare you bring ruin upon my kingdom! Hold on tight. Oh wait, no, that's a different thing. Hold on tight, folks. If we run straight, we should hit another mirror. Break through that and the wall behind it, and we'll be outside. Yes, time to escape. How exactly did they get on the cat? Is the cat angry with them, but because the cat is afraid of the deer dude, he is now running because he's afraid of the deer dude, and Luffy and the dudes just like got a ride? I think so. The sun god is in divine fury. You shall not escape. Okay. They beat him up and subdue him? Do they? I mean, I guess it says bonk, so they did bonk him at least once. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I guess they do bonk it. And that's it. Okay. Oh, you're the only YouTuber who recognized Nami stole the map from the Grasshopper Rider? I mean, yeah, that whole thing, it seemed obvious to me, right? That she's just like, thank you for everything, sorry for everything. I thought it was obvious. I thought she robbed him. I thought it was obvious. She robbed the sun god, not the town citizen? How would she do that? I think she robbed the random NPC dude. I don't think so. Sun god is a woman because wearing high heels. Hard to say. Hard to say. I guess it could be, but I'm sure there have been characters. Doesn't Django also have like, yeah, he does. Django also had like weird, I guess he didn't have high heels, but he did have like heeled shoes. Right? And Brook is another one. Brook shoes, One Piece. Yeah, like he doesn't, like, again, he doesn't have like heels, but he has heeled shoes. So I don't think that's at all like indicative that it would be a woman or a dude. I don't. Doflamingo, basically any character who is extremely villainous or extremely dripped out, I think they're gonna have heels, because that's like the universal way of conveying either drip or influence. You just have like heeled shoes, and that is true IRL too. Why would the grasshopper guy have the blueprints for the terrarium he lives in? Why wouldn't he? It's a map. Why wouldn't the dude have a map of the place he lives in? And more importantly, if she didn't rob him, then why was she just saying sorry for everything? That doesn't even make any sense. I think she yoinked it from him. I don't even see any other scenario. Scanlation says his blueprint's not a map. Well, that's why you read the official. That's why you read the official, because the official says it's a map, not a blueprint. A blueprint is something very, very, very different from a map. Nami stole the map from the treasure room? I don't think so. I don't think so. Does it matter? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. The reason why I think she stole it from the dude is because she does the whole sorry for everything, and I literally can't see any other scenario where she would say that for no context. I think she yoinked from him, and then she did the typical thing of, haha, thank you, and then she just, you know, they ran off. I guess we're gonna find out in the anime. I think it's pretty obvious that she stole it from him. Maybe she didn't. Who cares? Anyway. What I am very, very interested in... Wait, hold on. I don't think it's like a ship or anything. I think they're actually in Elbaf. I don't think this is a situation where, like, they've been yoinked off into a different ship. And the thing that, like, makes me extremely confused now is the absinthe thing. I don't get that at all. And the fact that, like, this dude, the crow dude, this could be a case of just, you know, wanting to have a good cliffhanger for the manga. He does seem to be actually kind of salty. And not really like a, you know, get back in there and, you know, keep doing my tests. I am very, very interested in this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a level 1 simulation. I think this sun god thing isn't supposed to be like the actual controller of the simulation, if that makes sense. I think someone else is controlling the simulation. Nami says there's a mirror on the map. Did she? I think she is showing a map, I guess. Because like the way I read that line is literally just you run straight. You're gonna hit another wall. You know why? Because you can see the mirror. You just run straight in the opposite direction. But I guess she is showing the map, so maybe they are reading the map. If they are, is this important? I don't think this is important. I think the only important part about this is what the map actually contains. I'm not that concerned with like who she stole it from. I literally don't care. If the map contains like meta details of this location, that's important. But if it doesn't, then well then you know, it's not a great thing. The giant here has the terrarium and is proud of the creation and enjoys making clothes and caring for people living here, but it was someone else, Loki, that put the straw hats in here. I can see something like that, yeah. And that's what I mean by it could be like a level 1 simulation, almost. Terrarium is a prison for humans. Maybe the straw hats caused a ruckus on Elbaf while they were smashed on Absinthe, and the sun god is the warden of the prison. Something like that could also be interesting, yes. I can see it being a pseudo prison, but I'm still like very intrigued in how the whole ship was even yoinked. It is important you shouldn't side with the wrong opinion. I don't think there is enough to say. I don't. Because if they are pointing at the map and they're actually reading the map with the whole run straight through the mirror thing, then yeah, then I think like the map contains meta details. But I don't know if they're reading the map. I don't. If she didn't yoink anything from the random NPC, then I think the sorry for everything scene is weird. It doesn't make much sense to me that she's like apologizing for like whatever ruckus they caused. It seems a bit odd. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. But whatever. The thing that matters is what the map actually contains, I think. And from that you can probably decipher where she found it. If it's like the treasure room or whatever. Look at the faces while when he talks about gods on page 7. Any tinfoil hat theory? I think my biggest tinfoil hat theory is basically the fact that this is multiple layers of like simulations and tests. That's the only thing that sort of makes sense to me, and I'm still very, very confused about the I'm very confused about the mistakes in the previous chapter, and I'm not entirely sure what is real and what isn't. You know, because I still think there is deception at play. But I'm not entirely sure what it is, because I also never expected this to just be a physical location, you know? I thought all of this would be like a perception thing and not an actual physical place they could just break out of. Imagine if it's an actual Lego manual like we have IRL. That could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting if they're looking at like instructions on how to build the place. Oh! Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. You're right. I just connected the dots. You're right. They didn't steal anything from him. He doesn't have the map. The reason why she's being weird is because he's talking about all these important dudes, and they basically killed all of them. And after he's done with the explanation, Nami is like, whoops! And then they move on. You're right. That's why she says it. You're right. Never mind. You're absolutely right. I just connected the whole dots here. Okay, never mind. She probably got the map in the map room. In the treasure room. Yeah. Never mind. False alarm. We don't know jack shit about the sun god. What is your bet? What he is? An incredibly minor character that only appears on the start of the arc. A prominent character in the arc, or maybe even an important character even later in the story. Well, I think the fact that he's named Sun God is a big thing, right? And that's what I mean by, I think there could be a weird almost test that Loki is running with these characters, right? I think I'm inserting too much interpretation of what Loki is supposed to be, because we know that Loki is like a prince, right? In Elbaf. I'm constantly trying to build the narrative that he is just messing around and trying to test things in a simulation. Let me see, Loki, One Piece. Yeah, so that's all we know. What I would imagine is that it's almost like he's building a weird encapsulation of the world, right? And he has these sun gods and stuff. So basically, and this is what I mean by the layered simulation, where he has people doing people things, right? And then he has giants doing god things. And above the god things is Loki actually controlling the whole thing, right? So you would have these sun gods, like, interfering with the human world. But above all of that is still Loki just looking in. Like, what's going on with these gods, you know? Sun God might be Hel, the goddess of the underworld and Loki's daughter. She's often described with a staff, antlers, and his half-corpse / bones. Let's immediately fact check this. Seems accurate enough so far. Alright. She's staff, okay. In some myths, she wears long cloaks to hide her decayed body since she was born half dead. Zoro did say he is coming though, so maybe she changes the whole voice. Okay. What I think is the fact that basically my ultimate tinfoil right now is this. My ultimate tinfoil, and I see you basically already saying what I think it is. I think there is Loki, and opposed to Loki is Odin. Maybe in this version of the story, Odin is like the literal father of Loki, and that's why he's a prince, and Odin is the king, right? We don't know what like interpretation Odin is going for. Let's play the idea that Odin is actually Loki's father, right? What I think is going on here is that Loki wants to be like his dad. He wants to be a Giga Chad. So he has made this little entrapments where he plays with gods and he plays with man, right? So we would have the god of Hell, the god of like Jotunheim, and all the other realms, right? So we would have the 9 gods, and behind the 9 gods would also be this like realm of humans. And Loki is observing all of that because he wants to be like Odin, who is actually overlooking basically the entire world. Presumably. Because, like, you know, it's the land of giants and they're the most powerful location in the world. Somehow. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I think there is a multi-layered simulation, and I think eventually we're going to see a conflict between Loki and Odin. Why do I say that? Because that's what most of Norse mythology is about. I could also see a Loki-Thor thing, but I don't know. One realm of humans. Yes. What other like Loki-Thor myths are there aside from the infamous one with the frickin' with the marriage thing? Yeah, so this is about Utgard. So this is the one that I constantly keep memeing about. I think the most prominent one is the marriage one. I think where like they interact directly. If Oda is doing the marriage one, that would be glorious. This is what I'm looking at, by the way. I think this is like the most prominent one right here. This is the one that I constantly meme, where like he has to dress up as a woman and go to the wedding and basically play the part. There's also this. Yeah, I remember bits and pieces of this, but I don't remember this that well. This only mildly includes Thor. What is this? This has a lot of Thor. I need to read through all of these now. I need to get caught up on all this lore. I'm gonna have some reading material, I think. If there is a Loki and all this animals is going to be Fenrir. I hope there is a Fenrir. The thing that was always interesting to me is that like obviously in Norse mythology too there is like the whole juxtaposition between the sun and the moon, right? And I thought that the like Luffy Blackbeard connection was really interesting in the sense that like Blackbeard never sleeps, right? So Blackbeard is sort of the night, it's the moon, and Luffy is obviously the sun. So it would be interesting if all of this even ties into that. If Oda will adapt the one where Loki turns into a female horse and becomes pregnant. I don't know that one. I don't. At least I don't remember. Luffy's enemy in this arc, maybe even mythological zone. The mythological zone part is why I always thought Blackbeard would be important here. That's what I always thought. I thought the whole doesn't sleep and of the moon thing would eventually lead to something like this. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, basically the takeaways from this chapter is that instead of providing me with any answers, it has only made me more confused. Because the whole changing weapons and the whole changing appearances thing, that has now just become like more inconsistent and even more confusing. The fact that we now have these gods running around is also very confusing. And it's an actual physical location, which is also very interesting. So 3 more mysteries on top of what I was already asking questions about. I'm gonna stick with my multiple simulation theory. Is there a break next week? There is no break next week. Okay. I wonder why this is called an RPG though. Because so far it doesn't really seem like an RPG unless, again, what I said about the whole simulation thing is correct. Because initially I thought, you know, it's going to be an RPG because we are in a pre-built zone and then you have these gods running around who are controlling the game. That makes sense. But if we are going to be going on this like escape arc, that's no longer really an RPG. So maybe this is just layer 1. I hope it is. Blackbird getting the definitive truth. I don't see how Blackbird would get over here, you know. I'll leave it there for today. And I hope to be back on probably Tuesday. I'm not going to be back on tomorrow because I need to finish up tomorrow's main channel video. But I hope to be back on Tuesday. This chapter is another one that is just weird. In every sense of the word. In every single sense of the word. And I need to see where this goes. I need to see where this goes, absolutely. Alright, let me... One final pass through the chapter to see if any new ideas pop up. If not, that's it. Sanji being weird. Cheeky shenanigans. Sanji being weird. Sun God. More Sun God. Okay, no. Alright, I'll leave it there for today. Thank you for joining me. And I'll be back on the main channel tomorrow with a massive video. And then hopefully on Tuesday with more live streaming shenanigans. Alright, I'll see you back soon, TM. Have a good one. Bye-bye.